What is up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin. We are here for the Michigan State post-game call-in show. But just know, if you guys want to talk some football, talk about the Javion Osborne news, we're here for it. Hey, you got to turn me down, Block M, a little bit because I'm getting some feedback. But this is the call-in show where every 100 hours we'll go an extra hour. Let's have some fun tonight. It's 10 p.m. on a freaking Friday. Hopefully you guys got some brewskis. And if you don't got some brewskis, maybe you got some good smoke. And we'll have a good-ass show tonight. We'll get into the game, and it was a frustrating game. I mean, there's obviously some positive. We can talk about Dusty May's contract. That's big news. But, I mean, Block M, in my opinion, the same things that have been haunting this team all year, such as free throws, such as getting out rebounded, such as 15 turnovers, it's hard to win when you have these issues that are kind of daunting this team right now. What's your thoughts on that, Block M?
Yeah. So I just think that tonight it all came to its ugly head, unfortunately, especially in the second half. You saw that they couldn't get anything going, especially when I feel like after Trey Holloman had that 9-point spurt, they couldn't quite answer that. And they just had more energy at that point. Another thing that's really frustrating, like you said, on top of the turnovers, is the fact that, unfortunately, Roddy Gale was supposed to be one of the best transfers in this class, and he's turned out to be one of the worst players on the team. At least for at least the past few games, he has been horrible.
Yeah, I think his minutes need to go down.
I agree.
And then if we look at the team stats here, 23% from three, it's never going to cut it. We are a team that you need to hit your shots for this offense to flow properly. The rebounding is crazy. You get 14 offensive rebounds by Michigan State. Just not good enough. Just not good enough at the end of the day. And the turnovers, again, we're always around that 15 mark. They got to get it down to about 10, 11. This is a normal turnover numbers about 10. Teams are typically around the 10, 11 mark. We're always up at around 15 or more sometimes. And then look at the points off turnovers, man. 18 points.
Yeah.
Which is a killer, man. It's a killer. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, the program's still in a good spot, but there's work to be done.
Yes, for sure. It's definitely not the result we wanted. But to be 20-6 after an 8-win season as a first-year head coach is very impressive, and this is their first home loss. So there are still a lot of bright spots, as you said, TJ. But unfortunately, there's a couple of things that I wanted to throw at you to see if you agree on some of my observations. One
Okay.
is that I love the combination of Vlad Golden and Danny Wolf. Um, One thing that I hope Dusty does do in the future, and I'm not saying neither of those guys aren't or don't have any athletic ability, but it seems like and it showed towards the end of the game. I mean, you see Carson Cooper, he got 2 rebounds in a row. Um, I feel like against some teams, they aren't as athletic in the front court to be able to out rebound people and get rebounds at very key moments when you really have to have them.
So, like, what are you saying? You saying you would like to see it not such a big lineup in the front court right there? Or?
Not necessarily not a big lineup, but in the future, I would like to see at least one athletic big that is
I mean,
can
Danny Wolf's kind of athletic, though, don't you think? I
he is
mean,
he is athletic and
pretty
he's
damn
got
athletic. I mean, for having 2 7-footers, rebounding should not be a problem. It's a
no, and
physicality. It's a physicality issue, not an athletic issue,
it
in my opinion.
doesn't show up in the numbers per
Yeah.
se, but it seems like if you watch this team consistently, there's points in the game where the other team like gets consecutive rebounds like State did a couple times tonight. And it's just like, man,
Yeah. So,
how can
do you
stuff like that happen when
do
you
you
have
think do you think that's an athletic issue, or do you think that's a physicality issue? Because in my opinion,
it could be
we're
both.
not boxing out. We're not doing enough to get position for rebounding.
Right. I
Um,
agree. It can be a combination of both.
yeah. Yeah,
They
I wouldn't say. I don't think it's I don't know. I'd like to know what the callers think about that. I don't know if it's an athletic issue because I mean, if you really think about it, they're some of the more athletic bigs. Now, are they like freak athletes? No, I mean Danny Wolf's kind of a freak athlete, though. To be honest with you, I mean what he's doing at 7 foot's pretty rare.
what
Um,
he can do as an athlete with the ball in his hands is very impressive for a 7-footer. But
mhm.
when it comes to, you know, vertical leap, you know, jumping off 1 foot, things of that nature, he's not that some of the athletes we've seen.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, guys. So we're gonna start taking some calls here. You guys call on the call-in show. There's a call-in link. We are at 5-minute calls, and again, this is the call-in show. For every 100, we will go an extra hour. And let's do the damn thing. So we'll take our first call. Let's get Cam up here. Hey, Cam, what up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, you tell me, bro.
Um, the problem is basic fundamentals in these games right here, and we didn't have it. Boxing out, sliding your feet,
Mm.
getting over the screens, knowing who a shooter, who's not a shooter. How can you let a guy that's heating up, that hit 2 threes, to get out on him? Make him drive. Don't let him shoot threes. And if you notice, TJ, when Michigan State played defense, they know what they supposed to be. They already know where they supposed to be. They know where they spot is at. And they force the ball to stay on one side of the ball. They don't let it get it to the other side, because if it go to the other side, it's getting stolen. So I think our coaches weren't prepared for a Big Ten slug out, and that's what we saw. Hands down.
Mm.
Hands
Well,
down.
well said, Cam. One thing that I think you could see too against particularly Michigan State and the first time against Purdue is that they were severely matched on they weren't equal matched to their other team's guards. Their guards were way better
Yeah.
tonight than our guards.
And then the guards, I don't understand, as a guard, as a point guard, you should understand sometimes you have to take the leadership. And it's crazy about it. All these cats didn't play a lot of basketball. So it shouldn't be a problem. I get it with the physicality in the Big Ten. I get that. But you should understand, hey man, we can't let him shoot. Go talk to the bigs. Hey man, you gotta box out. You got to get physical. We saw none of that. So, and I want to give my hats off to Michigan State because they did one thing and one thing only. They played physical through the whole game. They took it to our guards and they took it to our bigs. Our bigs got to play better than that.
Yeah, I agree with that. They did out physical the the combination of Vlad and Danny at points in the game. But if TJ, if you could pull up the stats, like look, Jace Richardson had 21 points.
There you go.
I don't think any of our guards get. I mean, I think maybe Namari Burnett got double digits.
Yeah, he got
But
12. Right. The guards didn't do anything.
the other than
Right.
Namari getting
Donaldson with 3.
right,
Reuben Jones with 2.
and then
And
the bench guards didn't do anything.
that's the thing. You okay? So in this instance, with the guards, with Jason Richardson, he want to get to his spot, and that's a mid range. So what you do, you got to play up close on him. You got to make sure the center in the power forward, hey, call out the screen. I'm gonna fight through you. You hedge up, and then I'm gonna hurry up and get back. And sometimes, what I think Dusty need to do in the future, have somebody else on their team besides the point guard bring the ball up, make them uncomfortable.
They I can see what you're saying. Unfortunately, right now the only consistent two guys that you can trust to bring the ball up the court right now is Trey Donaldson and Danny Wolf. Maybe Reuben Jones occasionally, but unfortunately right now we only have two guys that can really do that. I mean, Gale hasn't shown the ability to be able to do that, and Namari's more of a 3-and-D guy. So unfortunately, they're in one of those situations as a roster. Unfortunately, they have mainly two floor generals, and that's Wolf and Donaldson.
Yeah.
Bef-
And you're not
before I
trusting.
before I go, TJ, but
Yeah.
I will say
You got
this.
time, by the way.
Now, I think Dusty may know what he need for the Big Ten, especially for Purdue and Michigan State going in for next year. So I hope he can get some guards that have that toughness. That's when like okay, say for instance, like the game today. You see how the Michigan State guards were all hype and this and that in the fight in the grit. Just imagine we had one of them guards. I think it would have been a little bit close. We probably would have never won, but it would have been a little bit close because it would have matched their energy.
It's
Well,
one
I mean,
thing
all right.
too.
So if we look at the first half, though, Michigan did have the energy. Michigan, in my opinion, you're talking about Michigan State's defense. Michigan was confusing their defense. Michigan was finding the lanes. Michigan was hitting contested shots. In my, it's a tale of two halves. Second half, Michigan just wasn't playing with that same, same quality of shot, same offensive flow, and Michigan State just made better adjustments.
But
They
hey, but ain't that's our season the whole year? If you look at it, it's like we can be up 20 points, we can be up
I know,
19. The second
I know,
half, what happened?
I
The
know. Yeah,
bugaboos of
we
the
blow leads.
turnovers.
We blow leads. Well, I
We
mean, yeah, we do blow leads. All right, we got super chat here. Let's give Ryan Hall a shout out. Ryan Hall, 10-hour super chat. One thing I don't understand is taking it inside the flat more often. What do you mean? You think they should take it? I don't know. I mean, Blockham, don't you feel like Vlad? I mean, especially in the beginning of this game, they were giving it to Vlad like 2, 3, times down the court in the very beginning of that game. I was actually surprised how much they were trying to force it with Vlad.
yeah,
Do you think they need to go to Vlad more,
I
Blockham?
I think that they I don't necessarily think they have to go to him more. I think the reason they did it in this game early on is because in a few possessions early on he was matched up against Zapala, and that's for Vlad Golden, that's barbecue chicken. So
Yeah.
I mean, I understand when early in the game going to him, but unfortunately, when you're later in the game, when you're down 7-8 and over 10 points, it's kind of hard to dump it down in the post and let Vlad go to work. You need to score at a faster pace. But yeah, I think Vlad Golden was their leading scorer tonight with 21. So I think they, unfortunately, like, I think this season in particular, I just think Michigan State might have that matchup, as people like to say, because their guards are better than our guards, and it's a guards game.
Yeah. I mean, Dusty's recruiting them. His guys are on the way, but they're just not here yet. But we do play Michigan State again March 9th. So be on the lookout for that.
And perhaps again in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah,
but you know how that gonna go. You know how that gonna go when we go to Michigan State. So
how's that gonna go? Tell us, Cam, how's it gonna go?
Man, you know how Michigan. The only way we can win that game if we get on them early. We gotta blitz them.
I mean, we gotta blitz them. We got on them early tonight.
One thing I will say
is that's not true. Michigan State actually had the lead in the very beginning, but I mean,
yeah,
I will say Michigan has been a very good road team this season.
Yeah, and like I'll say this too. I don't know about you guys, but in the first half, I felt like Michigan was doing everything it needed to. I mean, the crowd was really into it. The way we were playing, we seemed to be getting the bounce. It seemed like we had the energy. I was actually surprised to see us like falter the way we did in that second half.
It was the guards though at key moments.
I agree.
For sure.
It was the guards at key moment, and I want the guards to understand. Sometimes, okay, if he hitting, you can knock that rhythm off. Don't let him touch the ball. Deny the ball. I don't care about a screen, none of that. Deny the ball. You gotta hustle. And that's what I mean about the hustling between Michigan and Michigan State. I saw Michigan State firing on all cylinders in the second half.
Yeah, they were definitely in a rhythm. Man, it seems like if you've watched this team this whole season, if Trey Donaldson can have good games, they're hard to beat.
Yes.
But if he has bad games, it can put them in a bind, because not only is he one of their better and only playmakers, he's one of their best scorers. So if he's having an off night, you could have games like this.
Yeah, no, we agree with that. All right, Cam, we gotta get to our next caller, man. But I appreciate you calling in.
All right, thank you. Go Blue, man.
Hey, go Blue, brother.
Yeah.
Go Blue.
All right, man. I'm a little deflated after that loss.
Yeah,
man, if we could have pulled that one off and then maintained number one in the Big Ten, especially off the news that we've gotten with the Dusty May contract, which we have not even talked about yet, and then the news with Javion Osborne likely coming to Michigan, trending Michigan. There's just so much momentum. It's just a bit of a bummer that we just took this loss. All right, let's get to our next caller here. Block in. We got our boy Timothy, aka Timothy. What up, Timothy? How we doing, man?
Oh, hey.
What up, bro?
What's up, Timothy?
So it seems like that every time y'all do some type of post game show,
You're right.
a watch show, they losing.
Yeah.
The last time y'all did this,
right.
they lost.
We're 0-2, Timothy. What the hell, man?
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. We're not doing that no more. Timothy, you're right. No more post game.
Next time, we got to go to their place next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play them on
Purdue. Purdue. They probably telling our team that y'all got to be on your A game to beat them in their place, because they tried and failed.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see, Tim.
And
So,
all those now all the wide open threes, they shouldn't have had somebody guarding them.
We agree.
Before the game started, but they was terrible at shooting threes.
You're saying Michigan State's terrible at shooting threes?
But before this game, they was.
Yeah,
I gotta look.
They were not a very good 3-point shooting team before this game.
Of course. See, I didn't know that. Tim would know that though. Yeah, I didn't know. I haven't really been paying attention to Michigan State that much, to be honest. Why would I? No, just I haven't really paid attention to them. I watched Michigan, but I've not watched a lot of the other Big Ten teams. I'll be honest. Yeah, I mean, if that's the
Yeah,
case,
but this loss could
we're
teach them a lesson, though.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, say again, Tim. What about the lesson?
This loss can teach them a lesson.
It
You talking about
definitely
Michigan?
could.
Yeah.
Yeah, losses like
When they
this
lost to
can.
Purdue on the road, it taught them a lesson, the double team, and that's why they won the rematch game
That's a great point.
against Purdue.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I don't disagree. And look, this is like Dusty's first team. I mean, what Dusty's doing in year one with these mix and match parts, and like, let's be honest too, like he has to go through the transfer portal hurdles that, the football team does. He's limited, and to do what he's doing in year one, I mean, it's actually quite amazing to see. But so Tim, what's your thoughts on the Dusty May contract?
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but the Spartans, they probably like, well, they should have done that after the game and not before.
Yeah, I think Michigan was trying to capitalize on some momentum.
I did hear some rumors that some other teams, they were trying the off him of pay. Then at the last minute, the AD said no, our contract is way better than what y'all got. I heard that
Yes,
Indiana and some other schools.
yeah, teams were definitely reaching out to Dusty May and his agent, but
Oh
Michigan got his.
yeah, on Wednesday, I did make a video explaining the reason why the Buckeyes, they won their national no title. I explained it in my video, and it wasn't because of their offense, their defense. The semifinal game, they had made some last minute key plays. If they didn't do that, they would have lost to Texas, and that's the reason why they got to playing the national title game.
Oh yeah, do you still have that little preview you made with the voice of college football on it?
Yeah.
Do you want to play it? Let people know.
Let's see, Tim.
It's on the first video.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know when you find it, Tim. So block game. How do you think Michigan's gonna pull out the rest of the season? We got what 4 or 5 games to go.
Yeah, I think they'll finish out. I think they'll rebound from this and finish out strong. Dusty May at Michigan so far, coming off a loss, has been pretty good. Usually they make good adjustments. That being said, what we've talked about it quite a bit is that I I really would like to see.
Here, time out, block him. You got it,
I
Timothy?
found it. I have to say.
All right. Let's play it.
Wait a minute. I'm getting to it right now.
You said you can't get into it right now?
Here is a word from the promo.
All right, here's the promo. Hey everyone, want to know where else you can find Timothy Redmond? Check out TJ Roman's YouTube show, The Michigan Voice of College Football. It's live every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. You'll get to hear from Timothy and a bunch of other callers. Let's get back to talking about Ryan Day and Matt Patricia.
Let's get back to talking about Ryan. Let's do that. You know what, Timothy? Let's get back to talking about Ryan. That's a better conversation. Let's talk about Ryan Day and Matt Patricia. What a terrible hire.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Hey, Timothy, I appreciate you, man. We are at the give us your final thoughts, Timothy. Give us your final thoughts. We gotta get to our next caller.
This game was going good, but for them the beat them in the rematch, they're gonna have to limit the Michigan State. They their open threes. They're going to need to find a way to limit those.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. Hopefully,
And
Dustin gets
some of the
figured out.
threes that they were, but they had missed the second Purdue game and on the road down to Michigan. But now our team was missing some threes, and Wolf and 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 Golden they ran up and jumped and dunked, but they wasn't doing all of that. So wondering the what happened. They ain't doing the rebound dunks they did in the previous games where they won.
Yeah, hopefully Michigan can figure it out, Tim. But we appreciate you calling in, brother. I'm
I
sure we'll
I
hear from you.
I was on the Ohio State the channel, but some of the people in the comments was saying that we're talking about, but get this Wolverine off the off our channel. They don't belong here. But hey,
Oh, the Buckeyes were getting mad at you for watching their show?
but Garrison, he told them to.
Nice. Good for Garrison. We appreciate that. Hey, you know what, Timothy? Keep bothering those Buckeyes, all right? We got your back, all right, man? But thanks
You
for
keep
calling in,
doing that,
Timothy. We'll hear
Timothy.
from you next Thursday, all right? Go Blue, brother.
Okay.
Go Blue, brother. Our guy, Timothy, stirring it up with the Buckeyes. We appreciate it. All right, guys, we are 90 away from a second hour. Please support the show. Please contribute, whether it be super chat, super sticker, or a membership. We greatly appreciate it. I also understand it is 10:44 on a Friday, and people got shit to do, so I ain't mad at you either. So let's get our other Marmar. Are you ready or not? Let us know. Oh, Marmar's there. Let's get up Marmar up here. He's the next caller. What up, brother? How we doing?
What up, though?
Marmar, what's going on,
You
man?
tell me, man.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, listen, we don't got no dog or killers on the team. You feel me? Like that boy Braden Smith from Purdue, he a killer, man. He can
Yeah,
take over a game anytime. We ain't got no killers on the team, but I ain't mad at Dusty. He threw this team together
yeah.
because no disrespect to Jawan Howard, he didn't have. I mean, what did he have left? And when they made the new coach in Howard, people
Right.
busted up.
You're right. Who's on this team from the Juwan Howard era? Cheddar?
His son,
Just
Yeah, but his
Namari,
yeah,
team don't play, bro.
Namari and Cheddar are the only two
Yeah, you're right.
and
contributors.
Namari and
then
Cheddar. That's it.
and Howard's son.
Yeah, but you don't. I mean, it
He
doesn't.
doesn't
In
even
my opinion.
play.
Yeah, I feel that doesn't count.
Yeah,
But you're not wrong.
hold on
You're
though.
right.
But then,
But like,
so he threw the team together. So you remember the game in the Battle of Atlantis or wherever they played at Fort
yes,
Myers?
yeah, the very
Yeah,
first tournament. It was in the Bahamas.
listen, they played lights out.
Yeah,
Somewhere, some way, they digress after the UCLA, after the West Coast trip. That's when they start blowing leads. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Like,
Jawan's first
bruh,
season was really good, man.
you said what?
Jawan's first season was really good. Didn't he get us
Yeah, because he had Beeline's players.
right? No, I don't disagree, man. I know, I agree. I agree.
So,
One
uh,
thing I will say in defense of Jawan Howard is in that first year, one of their best players was Franz Wagner, who
Of course,
Beeline never coached.
right.
So
But
I
he
mean,
recruited him.
I thought
he did.
Beeline did coach him.
No, Beeline coached his older brother Mo. Franz
Yeah,
was
and
Oh, well,
not
Howard
coached
had
by
to get
Beeline.
them to come to. Yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah,
and
Howard. Yeah, Howard
yeah,
did have to recruit him, but he coached Brazdakis.
Yes.
Beeline coach Brazdakis, which he made a poor decision going to the NBA.
yeah,
Um,
he seen that money. But anyway,
I'm a
yeah,
firm
man,
believer too.
we ain't
If
got no
Livers
killers.
didn't break his foot first
yeah,
season,
fuck,
they would have made the Final Four.
the stress
Who
fracture. Yeah, dude, that team was so
who
good, man.
who broke their foot?
Isaiah Livers had a stress fracture,
Livers
and he had to like stop playing in
Oh
like a good
yeah,
2 years.
yeah. Ozell Livers,
right
bro.
before the tournament.
No, I think it was the very first game.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
I think it was the first game, and then
They still made it
Brandon.
far in that tournament. You talking about the
They
COVID
did
tournament?
yeah
They went. Did
yep.
they went to the finals in that tournament, right?
They were a
No, we made
play
it to
away.
the
They
Elite
were a
Eight.
play away from
I was talking about the
beating
Big Ten tournament.
UCLA in the to make the Final Four, and
Yeah, I was talking about the Big Ten tournament. But yeah. No,
And you
yeah.
know
I
another
missed the
factor I
semifinals.
noticed in these basketball games with Dusty May is that the refs are really biased. Like they don't give Michigan calls. Like I was just watching, like so Wolf went up, he got bumped, but dude went down and did the same thing for Michigan State, and they called a foul. I watched that like 6 different times in that game, and I'm like, what's up with all that? And then Dusty May said something about that. He said if I complain, they not gonna call nothing for me, so I just be quiet. Like it's something there with the refs in Michigan, bro. I really
Oh,
believe
all
that,
right.
man.
Let me ask you this, because there's people who do believe this. Do you think Dusty May is not vocal enough? Doesn't work the refs enough?
Nah, I heard him. Like I just said, I just touched on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm
He
asking Black
said,
Ham. What do you think about that?
I I think it's a little overblown. Could he talk to the refs more? Sure. I just don't
"Facts,
necessarily think that that's gonna be his MO unless it's super, egregious type thing.
yes."
Um, but yeah, I think he could, be a little bit more vocal about what he thinks is a good call or a bad call? Yeah, I think he could a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna touch on that. He had an interview about that, and he said they asked him the same thing he just said, and he said, "If I do that, I tried that, and I don't get calls, so I just be quiet because it's pointless. It is
Well,
pointless,
I there is an
And,
art to
and,
it,
and
man. There is an art to it.
nah, man, I've been watching like 6 games, the last 6 games, and I'll be watching, and I'll be like, bruh, come on, man. You can't. I'm a fair guy, bro. I understand you got to do things and blah blah blah, but I don't care about her. I ain't everybody else. What I am is a fair guy. So if I'm gonna hold you accountable to something, TJ, I'm gonna hold the other person accountable that I have confronted you in the past about. I'm gonna hold that person accountable too. I'm a fair guy. And with the foul situation is, like I said, I watched 6 to 5 different instances in the game to where Michigan go down, get slapped, and get bumped, nothing called. Soon as Michigan State went down there, I'm like, bruh, the same thing just happened down on the other end of the floor. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm saying, but that causes games.
Yeah, I hear you. So I just want to pull this video up. So Vlad Golden has proposed to his girl. Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, man. I'm happy for
And,
Vlad. I think I was
My name is Glad. My name
last
is Glad, and I'd like to come here and tell you we are going to elope.
that's your Russian accent, Mama.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
Russian, and my president is Vladimir Putin.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it was his last game. He said that he hasn't. I think there was a story that he hasn't seen his parents in like 5 years. It's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
Really?
crazy.
Because of
Yeah,
the war?
that and that with other like travel issues or something like that.
Interesting. Interesting. So all right, let's get into this Dusty May. Let's talk about some good shit here. What about this Dusty May contract? How do you
The contract it ruined the night.
You
I was
think
playing.
so? You
Hold
think
on.
so?
Hey, listen, because when you get listen, same thing when they gave Sharon Moore the contract extension against Texas. I mean,
Yeah.
before the game of Texas, that we got steamrolled. I mean, we got rolled up like a Swisher Sweet and the Optimo mixed together, a Stendo, and got chiefed. You know what I'm
Jeez.
saying? Yeah, we
Cooked, huh?
got chief. Yeah, yeah. So when you get an extension to Michigan, you got to hold off to the rest of the season, bro, because Like I said, Sharon Moore got the distinction, and Texas steamrolled us. I mean, we got ironed out. You know what I'm saying? With a steam iron, a steamroller. We got patty cake baker men. Yeah, we got all that, big dog. And then looking tonight, they gave him the extension before the game, and woo woo, belt the ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, sometimes that could play into a team's. I've seen it work before. I'll say that. But you're
I
right,
mean,
though.
but it ain't
Michigan
working
not
for
playing well.
us.
It might.
Hold
It might
on.
actually. Go on. What up?
I got a thing to point out, because I'm a Jim Harbaugh guy. Okay. I
Okay.
love Sharon, but I'm a Jim Harbaugh guy. Jim Harbaugh guy. All right. So why would you not extend Harbaugh till late before he took the job for the Chargers? But you extend this man because he knew Ward knew Indiana was closing in. Come on, man. That's what I'm
Well,
talking about. Fair.
I think it's a little different because I mean you play
Oh,
Indiana. Michigan's not going to play the Chargers.
that's not what I meant.
no, he means why do you offer? Why were we so aggressive with Dusty May and we weren't as aggressive with Jim Harbaugh?
Until the
think it,
last minute.
Yeah,
I well
until Michigan did not offer its best contract until it was basically done with the Chargers.
That's what I
And
mean. Block
that's
him.
okay
what. So
that
here's the thing. So I talked about this. I did a video on it today. And I talked about how like there's just a different approach now. Michigan is now operating like an elite program. Ward Manuel, and I gave credit to Ward Manuel. He's now making moves that are home run
Jim
moves. They are.
Harbaugh is elite.
I know, but the problem here's all right. There's a couple issues here. I know there's people watching this right now being like, "Well, Harbaugh want to go to the NFL anyways." I know, I know. But like at the end of the day, here's the reality though. If Michigan was willing to give Jim Harbaugh what he wanted earlier in the process, I do think it's potentially possible he would not have went to the NFL. And he also
I
was
agree.
frustrated with the lack of backing by the regents during the whole NCAA scandal. And you can see the complete change in Michigan. Look at them now going to war with the NCAA, and look at how aggressive they are now with NIL, with these coaching hires. Michigan is playing at a different level now, and that's something I'm very excited about. Marmo, they've learned from their mistakes, is what's happened. That's what's happened. They fucked
And
up.
they shoved, hey, listen, they shoved my man Harbaugh under the bus just like everybody else do. Just like Jed York and San Francisco did. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying, man. Like, Harbaugh is a realist. Harbaugh, football, family, and then God, or however he said it. God, football, and God, family, and then football. Football and it's real. His family is family,
Mhm.
and that's what that man breathed. He said, "I'm gonna do this until I die." And if Jim Harbaugh with the NFL pedigree that he had behind him with NIL, bruh, number one classes every year
Shit.
because he's gonna get developed.
Bro, if Harbaugh would have stayed, we would be looking at a dynasty run here.
Oh, I agree. And one
Like
thing I
he had
will
the program. He built the program to an elite status. Everything was where it needed to be. Fucking our strength and conditioning coach would still be here. It would just be we would be a juggernaut, bro. That's what that was the direction.
Another thing that I think it's happened is and you touched on it too,
We may not
TJ,
have
a
got
little bit.
Underwood though.
Maybe, but one thing I think
But we would have got an
happens.
elite quarterback.
Yeah,
Probably. I'm happy with Underwood. I'm kind of happy how things kind of gone.
One thing I will say is that I think that the relationship between Ward and Jim just wasn't the same over the course of the championship season because of the scandal. And not that I think that Michigan's at fault or guilty in anything or anything like that, but I think that that relationship soured when Jim Harbaugh wasn't getting the guarantees that he wanted.
100%. Yeah, he wanted to make sure he wanted to make sure that the Regents would have his back if the NCAA came. Now, here's the thing, though. It's quite possible the NCAA is going to give Jim Harbaugh a show cause, and that would have put Michigan in a bad position. If that were to happen. So, I mean, it kind of.
Nah, because now they want to fight. This is my thing. Harbaugh
They're
wanted them
going to
to
accept
fight.
show call though.
Hold on.
For
Harbaugh wanted them to fight
I know.
for them.
Yeah, he did.
But they wanted to. They want to fight now. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. You got to be, like I said, loyal, bro. You got to be loyal to the
Yeah, but at least
whole.
they're fighting now, Mar. I mean,
Hey,
let's be real.
he's a Michigan man. I mean, I understand Jerome, but he a Michigan man. He
No,
guaranteed a victory against Ohio State back in the '80s. Come on, bro. You
nobody's
gotta pay.
disagreeing with you that saying that they should have kept Harbaugh. Like, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest mistakes in Michigan athletics history. But
I'm about to grab me some water. Hold on.
unfortunately, like TJ said, now they're learning from that and making the right adjustments and making the right decisions and hiring the right people.
Michigan, and by the way, guys, we have open call lines. If you guys want to call in, and we have 19 minutes left. Unless we can get 90 and go for another hour. Yeah, man, I think personally Michigan is operating like an elite program right now. And because of that,
and I respect it.
Like the things that are happening right now, for example, for us to be like, Javion Osborne today saying, I'm not going to Texas. Well, that was our biggest hurdle. And now Tony Alford's the best relation. Thank you, Lions, for hiring running backs coach from Texas, by the way.
They did that on purpose. Things are, hey, TJ, remember, ain't nothing a coincidence.
Fair enough.
And now that running back coach is in Michigan. I mean, in like the state of Michigan.
Yep.
And then that running back can talk to that man anytime.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's true. I don't know how available he'll be, but I mean, that's true if he wanted to.
I mean, Jared Goff find time to talk to Davis Warren, so
yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. But what's interesting too is now we have the Savion Hyder thing, who says he's still going to be coming on his visit, and that Javion Osborne doesn't affect anything. So, and they've talked about linking up. So
dude, this school has shown that you can have two great running backs in the same backfield.
Of course, I agree with that. So let's take a look at.
I got a question for you, TJ, real quick.
Go for it.
Do you think they're gonna cancel our spring game?
No, they're not. I know.
Do you got solid information on that?
Yeah, I do, because I was told that Michigan looks at it as a big recruiting event, man. Michigan looks at this as an opportunity to showcase their school and program. They don't look at it like they're going to lose guys. Now, will that change in the future? We'll see, because it does appear that. But no, this spring game is good. This spring game, I've been told, will not be canceled. I asked somebody that I trust with that, and they told me that they don't think it's possible. Because the way they have, another reason why is, here's another thing that those other schools don't have. Fox broadcasts our game. There's money tied to this.
But so the Big Ten is doing ours this year.
You sure?
Look it up.
Well, I know last year was Fox. I don't know why they would drop that. Oh, let's look. If someone in the chat knows, let me know.
It's on the Big Ten Network.
I'm looking right now. You're right. It is Big Ten Network. Son of a bitch. That's interesting. I wonder why Fox isn't broadcasting it.
Because they only did it last year. No, they was only doing that last year because
they did Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah, they only did Michigan and Ohio State last year. I think they tried to give it it was just a trial run, I believe. Okay. It went well, but I don't think I don't think a lot of people tuned in. And then Ohio State lied about how many people was there, so that was another reason. They talking about it was over 50,000 people there. Where? In the hot dog stand?
Yeah, I'm looking.
TJ, you remember that?
Yeah,
I don't think there were 50,000 people, but there were it was a decent crowd.
I'm curious.
At the Buckeye Stadium?
No, at Michigan.
Nah, I'm talking about Ohio State said they had over 50,000 people there.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's what I said.
Let's see.
Do you think they gave them
This spring game for
gave
Michigan.
them the easy?
I feel like this
Patty?
spring game is about to be pretty. I think there's gonna be a lot of people there. To be honest with you.
I think it's going to be
this
very
year.
hype.
I think it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I mean, like a lot of people just to get their eyes on number 19.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, Mama, I'm gonna pull up another caller. All right, let's get AD
Hey,
up here.
Hey,
Hey, AD, what up, man?
they
What up, man?
and all that food that they about to sell on April 19th.
Yeah, all right, chill. Let me get AD up here. Hey, AD, what up, man?
What's good, guys? How we doing, man?
Shit, just looking at the future because the future's bright, bro. What's up with you?
It is, man. It is, dude. I'm sure you saw the Osborne CBs, man. How about that?
Yeah, man. We got on 3 247. I mean, I'll be real with you. The way it's looking, I don't have this. I don't know this. I'm gonna try and find out though. It's looking like this is done. And the reason why I feel that way is because the way he's totally Texas is out, and Michigan has come at him with an NIL offer, and the way that. So, for example, 247, the individual who put the crystal ball in is a Texas insider.
Right.
He knows as well as anybody what is going on with Javion Osborne, and he instantly put it in for Michigan. And then EJ Holland also threw in a prediction for Michigan. I have a feeling this is pretty much over already, but we'll see. I mean, I guess there's no guarantees in recruiting, and like if Miami wants to get silly, maybe they could, but I mean, it's something, man. I don't know. I feel like we're in a very good spot now. All my attention's on Savion Hitter now. Savion Hyder. My bad. So number one run. So if we could pull the number 4 and the number 1 running back in the nation, that'd be nasty, bro.
It would, man.
And the number 1 offensive lineman, because that's another thing too. Is Cantwell. If anyone missed our show Tuesday, Queen Jolynn and Dave Portnoy are on that. They are trying to pull Jackson Cantwell to Michigan.
Let's go.
Dude, that would be insane.
Yeah, so far they're kind of batting 1,000 right now. So we'll see if they can keep that up.
Man, it's honestly after we pulled like 7 guys from 2004, we got everyone knows who we just got in this last class. How many O linemen? Let's say we get Cantwell. Do we really need anything more than him and maybe one other guy?
Well, I mean, they're probably going to go for. I mean, if they get Cantwell, I mean, they might be happy with a three-person offensive line, but I mean, they might go for 4. You never have too many offensive linemen because the reality is the cream rises to the top, man.
Yeah, that's fair. Then we got with O-line we're about to be running back here too, man. I'm telling you, we go from Donovan and Blake. Now we got Haynes and your boy Marshall. Now we got these 2 coming in.
Hey, that's gonna be dangerous, bro. I'm trying to tell people, bro. That's gonna be a crazy backfield this year. I mean, like, yeah, crazy.
Well, it's good that we now have a running back coach who can actually recruit. Isn't this a nice change?
Bro, how funny is it? Ohio State said Tony Alford can't recruit.
Oh no,
they
can't
did.
Do anything.
They were
no. They didn't want him, right? No.
TJ, he just needed a change of venue.
Yeah, he needed a real winner, is what he needed, bro.
Yeah, they didn't want to.
Did you see his face when we beat them in Columbus?
Yeah, he's smoking that cigar.
I'm talking about on the field. How when they was crossing the field after the game, did you see how excited he was and all the pressure that he released? It was like, yo, this man then released all this losing to Michigan pressure. I know he beat us when he was there too, but I'm just saying, like, the last 4 years, he was like, oh, back on the window side of it. And you can see it in his face.
Yeah, no, I mean this is what he did after that game though.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. That's
backpack.
Why do people leave them? Why do people leave Ohio State?
Ryan Day.
Now, hold on. And no, think about this. Jim knows he finally got a good defense there. And he just bucked and went to the Penn State. He didn't go to Oklahoma, where him and Brent Venables would have been real tough defense. Okay, he went to Penn State. Why he choose? Like I'm an in the depth guy, and I want to know why. What really made him go to Penn State out of all the schools?
Because I know why. I mean,
Yeah.
why did Jim knows? Because Ohio State didn't because other schools were offering larger contracts, and Ohio State would not pay more than $2,750,000 a year.
Right.
Why was
So
that?
he felt disrespected. Well, so my theory is, and I think I'm right. As we know, they reported what, a $37 million deficit. I don't think they had any more money in the coaching pool budget, because that's another thing. Like the coaching pools are
They hired Matt Patricia.
yeah, but how much is Matt Patricia getting? He's not getting. I bet you he's not getting that. Do we know what his contract is yet?
No.
I have not seen any numbers.
Let me
Hey
see if I can
TJ,
find
I was gonna ask you guys. I was gonna ask you too. Do you? I have my theory, but do you think that the offense for Ohio State's gonna take a slight step back next year?
Yes.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading. Say that again. Ohio State's offense is going to take a step back. You said.
Yeah. Do you think they could take a step back because they? I just don't. I don't know why, but
Hard
I
to
just
know.
don't see Brian Hartline being a great
Well,
coordinator.
Running game.
all right.
Will.
Here's the thing about that though. Ryan Day is still there. He's going to oversee this offense, man.
That's true.
You know, it's almost like it's more of a symbolic position that he's offensive coordinator than an actual offensive. You know, like Ryan Day runs that offense, man.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Really?
I disagree. I think last year when they brought in Chip Kelly, Brian Day got to do what everyone's been asking him to do, which is take a step back, be that GM.
I agree with that.
More.
Okay, I agree with that.
They want Hartline to take a year under Chip Kelly. Now they want him to be the play caller.
See, all right. So this is where we disagree.
That could be.
Chip Kelly, in my
So
opinion.
hold on. So if the Oakland Raiders didn't come calling, or Las Vegas Raiders didn't come calling for him, or any other NFL team, Chip Kelly would still be there. I don't believe that.
Well, what does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with anything, Mama?
Chip
No,
Kelly
he
would have got
said,
the job, dude. Chip Kelly was in the NFL,
if no NFL come calling for him, he would have stayed at Ohio State.
But here's the thing about Chip Kelly. He wanted out of college game. That's why he stopped being a head coach. He's getting sick of this NIL, all this recruiting shit. He wanted out. So he ran to the NFL. But here's the thing, though. Chip Kelly, I agree. Ryan Day delegated responsibility. But Brian Hartline is not Chip Kelly. He's a novice. He's never been offensive coordinator before.
Was never been a play caller.
Right. Yeah, he is not.
Which is why I believe Ryan Day is going to be actually handling the play responsibilities. I don't think, now maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think, has it been confirmed that Brian Hartline is going to be calling the plays?
Yes.
Yeah, he said he was.
Yes.
Let's see. All right, we'll see about that. We'll see how long that lasts too.
And
at least you got to be real short, man.
Man, honestly, I think we put too much emphasis on who's calling the plays. Ryan Day will be a part of the offensive scheme, but like he'll have input on that. But it's like they all have the play calls right in front of them. It's really not that hard to call the plays. Therefore, man, it's like all the scheming. Keenan Bailey's gonna be right there. Brian Hartline's gonna be there. Ryan Day's gonna be right there. Their new line coach is gonna be right there. It's still a coordinated effort led by Ryan Day. You're right about that. But the day of play calling, we put too much emphasis on that, man.
What do you mean? Why do you think we put too much emphasis on play calling? That's pretty important.
Because the whole week they're game planning, they have a good idea of what they're going to be.
Yeah, but you got to have a feel for the game, man. I mean, like for example, Kirk Campbell was terrible at it. He had no feel for the game. Matt Weiss was terrible at it. Matt Weiss was awful at play calling.
Yeah, I agree that there's an art to play calling.
There is.
There's a reason. There's a big reason Ben Johnson was the
exactly. He's
sought after.
He's arguably the best play caller in football. Ben Johnson.
Well, let's also keep in mind last year.
I couldn't tell against the Washington game.
Chip Kelly, man, he also had
You heard what I said.
He also had a fifth-year starter. He had the best wide receiver in college football, the best running backfield, dude. He had a whole lot more to work with than Brian Hartline did and Ryan Day did in 2023. There's quite an upgrade.
That's true.
I do anticipate Ohio State take a step back. How much to be determined, though. I don't anticipate a dominant year next year, but we'll find out. Let me hit on this comment from Moose. Word is between Georgia and Michigan for Hyder, and that might actually be leading for him, and we might actually be leading from Steve Wilfong. Just the other day, I think it was yesterday, said Michigan is the team to beat right now for Hyder, so we are leading for Hyder. Plus, Hyder said a month ago that Michigan was his favorite school.
Hey, is there? I'm getting a little irritated with Michigan fans talking about Chris Henry. He's over here trolling us and stuff. Can we just drop the Chris Henry and can we go all in on Tristan Keys, please?
I mean, I'm down to go all in on Tristan Keys, but I mean, listen, here's the thing about Chris Henry. I do think Chris Henry's doing a negotiation tactic with us. For example, here's what I mean. I think Chris Henry, because he is taking NIL offers and he is going to go on visits, but not to Michigan. But my point is, I think what he's doing, his agent is doing, is they are using schools like Michigan and Oregon to increase Ohio State's NIL offer. It's just, in my opinion, it's a negotiation tactic. Because Michigan is attempting to make an NIL offer to Chris Henry.
Why don't we just do that with Tristan Keys instead?
I agree. Well, they are. Michigan is talking with Tristan Keys.
But okay, all right, that's fair.
You say Tristan Keys better?
I do.
Oh well, it's
facts.
I mean, it's those two. I mean, those are the two top wide receivers, aren't they?
Yeah, Henry's good, but I think Keys is better.
So Tristan Keys, AD, I don't know if you know this, but he's looking to visit in the spring. He's planning to visit this spring.
Go get him, man.
I think spring camp starts March 19th. I thought I read that.
Any word on Jolene trying to throw a bag his way, or?
I don't know. I mean, he would be one to do it for, though.
Yes. He would be.
Yes.
I mean, I wish they would. I mean, they're willing to freaking spend everything for offensive linemen. I mean, it's kind of crazy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because we build in the trenches. If they're going to expand this place, so the Rock Boys or whatever they called, they do the little videos and stuff. You know, little Michigan people. I think they called the Rock Boys, and they had a video.
They're not Michigan people, but yeah, they do talk Michigan. They are Michigan fans.
Nah, dude is a Michigan fan, but he do all types of stuff. Yeah. Well, he did a video earlier on the depth, and I was just reading the comments and looking through the video, and Michigan got depth, and I think Sharon Moore approaching how they are approaching this new format of the playoff. You have to have so much depth now. Even with 105 rosters, players on the roster, if you're going to make a run in this playoff, because it's going to be long and you want to have fresh bodies. And I see Michigan, that's what stands out to me with the Michigan stuff is, yeah, they up there with the NIL. Everybody got NIL, but with Michigan, it's they building depth behind that. With the NIL, you know what I'm saying? They building depth pieces. Like, man, pull it up and see how much depth is behind that. It's crazy.
Only thing that I worry about, man, like we've said it before, and you guys kind of made me feel better about it, was D-line, though, man. Like, I really hope we can get like a top-tier D-line.
Well, yeah, we got like I said, I don't have your information, AD, but I sent TJ a picture of 8 defensive linemen that are on the line right now, and then you have with them 8, you have 4 more behind them, not even including the freshman that's coming in. I'm talking about like 4 people that's already been there, backing them up. So that's a 12-man rotation because them same people played in the bowl game. So you have a D-line that's going to be so refreshed every game now that it's really it's going to look like 2022 when we smothered people in the second half, and they it was just they couldn't do nothing. The only reason why TCU beat us is because they had our signs, but they want to talk about we had people's signs. Stop it.
Yeah, and I was worried about losing Ben Herbert, man. Our strength and conditioning guys, man, that looked like it was just fine, dude.
So, AD, did you pay attention to the last 3 games of the strength and conditioning? How I caught up? So let me break this down to y'all. So, I'm about to blow y'all mind with some knowledge real quick. You feel me? So we missed 2 weeks winter workouts because of the hardball taking the job, and then now they scrambling because you gotta wait. How many days you gotta wait until you have to find a new coach? It's like you gotta put it up, and so that took about two weeks, 2.5 weeks. Okay. Then now you hire Sharon Moore. Then now Sharon Moore got to scramble and get a coaching staff together.
Yep.
Ben Herbert was in the press conference, and then all of a sudden Harbaugh was like, "You coming with me? You coming with me? You get some Charger gear. You get some Charger gear." So guess what happened though? The
Huh.
last 2 weeks on our bye, we made up for the missed 2 weeks. So January 29th of last year till February, whenever they hired Sharon, there was 2 weeks that we missed out on winter workouts to get the guys in shape and together. But in the last 2 weeks on our bye before Northwestern and Ohio State, we got them 2 weeks back. And you've seen what happened after them 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah,
So
Dress is the
yeah,
man, dude.
so huh?
Tress is the man.
Yeah, Tress. Yeah, so he got them 2 weeks back. So we lost 2 weeks, but we got them back in the bye of the last 2 weeks before the Northwestern
What do you mean
Ohio
we got
State
him
game.
back? What does that mean we got him back, Marmar? How do we get him back?
So right now they ain't missed no weeks. This year they doing their winter workouts.
Right.
So,
I agree.
but what I'm meaning is they started late for the winter workouts. So when they drug so when Harbaugh took the job, that was January 29th, something like that, right? Okay. It took them 2 weeks to hire Sharon Moore. Okay. They missed out on because they didn't know if Vernon Herbert was staying. So, once Jim Harbaugh turned that rattled everything in Shinbrackler Hall. Because now coaches like Jesse Minter already knew he was going. He was like, "Yeah, I ain't saying nothing." And he didn't. He just when Jim Harbaugh said you go with me, he left. Then Ben Herbert was in the press conference, and bam, he left. Like right after that same day, he went to the Chargers. Then Cleanstill left. So yeah, man. Yeah, we missed out on them 2 weeks of winter workouts. So we got them back in them last 2 weeks, and you see what it did.
Okay. Let me all right, let me read this super chat. Hey, Kinetic, I know you called in, bro, but we're actually going to be closing the show out here. We did not reach our goal of $100 for a second hour, but that's all right. Still appreciate everyone joining us. But let me read this. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this question. Defending the Natty, $2 super chat. Name a better offensive coordinator than Sharon Moore in Michigan history. It's a good question. Can you guys name a better offensive coordinator than Sharon Moore in Michigan history?
I cannot name a better offensive coordinator or a better O-line coach for that matter.
I agree with AD.
Yeah, but if you look at that 2023 offense, I mean, it really was a well.
Nah,
Coach.
what game stood out to me with Sharon Moore is that
Rose Bowl.
that down the field, yeah, the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
like,
Oh my
bruh,
God.
that whatever play that was when he sent Roman Wilson over for the touchdown, I said, bruh, I liked it.
What about the throw to Blake Corum on 4th down?
Well,
Yeah,
and
that play call
Oh my
too.
God.
one thing
Dude,
that
the
I
play
think
calling was
about
genius.
that it was, and the thing that I wonder, I have some questions about for Sharon is it's like, dude, why don't you want to call the plays?
I know. Last year we were going through that. I know. I don't know.
We were doing pre-snap motion in 2023. When the
I
hell did
know.
we ever do that?
I know, man.
Right.
And there were signs of it last year, man. That's how you could tell. There were times I think he kind of picked it up a little bit.
Yeah, towards the end.
Campbell. Yeah.
I
It seemed
think
like
he
did
did
towards the
too.
end.
I think he did too, and some of it was, a lack of personnel. But I just wondered. I was so scratching my head for the majority of the season, being like, why is he letting this bum call the plays?
I know.
Well, dude, and look, I know we only went 8-5 last year, dude, but Dusty May is like, he's been here 10 minutes. He already got an extension and a raise. We got to give Sharon a raise and a new extension, man. He's like the 13th highest paid coach in the Big Ten.
Well, I mean, dude, he's got to do a little better than 8-5 though to get a raise. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Ohio State, Bama, and Bryce Underwood. There's your raise.
Yes,
no need to do it unless you need to do it. You know?
Hey, man, I love Bryce Underwood just as much as the next Michigan fan. I'm so glad that they were able to land him. I would have done it and I'd do it twice on Sunday, but he hasn't played yet.
Yeah, and he just and then for sure more, he just got that contract week 2. So I mean and I know Dusty just got but I mean Dusty's got us already in first place and the program looks amazing. Well, I mean obviously there's some errors or some issues, but
there's you have to realize too, like Sharon Moore took over a national championship program and Dusty May took over an 8-win program.
Elijah's coming here to try and save the day. Where you been, Elijah? I haven't seen you in a while, by the way. Good to see you. Hopefully, we'll be at the spring game. Elijah, $20 super chat. 2024 will be a Just Imagine season. Second half of the Oregon game, we gave up 50 yards. People forget it should have been 24-17 at half, but the refs have them that false touchdown. If we had a top 40 offense, 11-1. 5th seed. Yeah, I kind of remember they did give him some. Holy shit, Adam Lamparello. Well, looks like we're going another hour, boys. All right, hold on, my bad. Let's give Elijah. Adam. Thank you, Adam. Let's give Elijah his due here, and then we will definitely get to Adam. But yeah, I mean, there was something in that Oregon game where they did. I remember they gave him something where they did get that score. I can't remember. I can't recall everything, but I do recall something there. Listen, that was a playoff team. We had a quarterback. And we had an offensive coordinator. That was a playoff team last year. I appreciate you, Elijah. Thank you.
We had a big quarterback problem this last season, unfortunately.
Well, you know, man, a lot of times, a lot of good comes from that, man. You look at the 21 season, we needed that MSU loss to build up and go on the rest of the run and beat Ohio State. And, you know, like, a lot of times, I think a season we had last year, we can build off of that, and that can put a battery in our back for the rest of the year, man. Like, I agree, fuck Ohio 100%. Forever, man. Ohio needed that Michigan loss to go on that playoff run, man. Like, a lot of good can come from these kind of bad games or bad seasons, man. So I think we're going to build from that and be even better going forward from it.
I agree.
Yeah, hey, Kinetic, you can call in, by the way. We're going another hour. All right, let me just give a shout out here to Adam Lamparello for saving the day, along with Elijah and everyone who's contributed. Let me give a shout out to everybody who contributed tonight. So Ryan Hall, thank you. You've always been one of our loyal viewers. We appreciate you. Defending the Natty, coming through. Appreciate you. Elijah Bowman, long time no see. Good to see you back. And Adam Lamparello, thank you very much. And Elijah, we'll get to your next one. But all right, so let's give a shout out here to Adam Lamparello. So Adam wants to create some enemies, it appears. I'm sure some people watching will not agree with this. Underwood will not be ready. The Davis Warren era begins in 2025. Davis Warren's injured, man. I think we talked about this last time. Davis Warren's injured. He tore his ACL.
He's trolling, dude. He's trolling.
Yeah, I think he's just trolling, man.
I think he is too because we last time we talked about this with him, he knows Davis Warren got injured. Plus, it's Mikey Keene or bust, bro. Just kidding. We'll see how it goes. We got.
Hey, did you listen to the Chip Lindsey interview?
Yes.
No. All right. When was this?
In the trenches.
Yeah, with John Jansen.
No shit. I have to check that out.
Very good.
Hey, TJ, you shouldn't listen to that because you ain't gonna like what he says.
Really? Now I have to listen to it.
I liked it.
Yeah, because he ain't on King. He would he likes that. He likes Bryce.
I'm fine with. What do you mean? Why would I not like that? I'm fine with that, bro. I don't have an issue with that.
Hey, listen, he likes Bryce, and he said that boy mind is he bruh. Hey, D, you listen to it too, right?
Yeah, dude, TJ, I agree with you on a lot of stuff, man. It's gonna be Bryce game 1, dude. You're out of your mind.
Hey, tell him what Chip Lindsey said. Come on now.
You know, we may be taking bets, bro.
All right.
After the
hey. TJ, you my dude, and I'm not gonna set you up for failure. No, it is all love, but I ain't gonna let you take an L. You get what I'm saying? Chip Lindsey is high on this young man.
I will listen to the interview.
All right, bro. And then when you listen, I don't want to check. You texted me talking about, dang man, Bryce is about to start.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. It's
I'm telling you right now, I'd be surprised if he started snap one week 1. I'd be surprised. I'll have to listen to the interview though. We'll see what's up.
it's New Mexico, bro. Come on, man.
I want those reps
We'll
for
see.
him, man. Get those snaps.
Yeah, facts.
But it's not like he won't get reps though. He will get reps. Like it's not like he's not going to play game 1. He will.
What are we worried about? Like, I'm worried he's going to shatter his friend.
I mean, I'm worried this offensive line's not ready. To be honest with you, that's one of my biggest concerns.
Our offensive line stood up against Alabama. The only reason why Warren got hurt is because
Who's our left guard this year, Marmar? Who's our left guard? Who's our left guard?
They can make one.
A phobia.
Hey, let's make one.
Yeah,
I'm down. Let's make. I'm down.
Yeah. Hey, all right. Let me off topic. Who the best Ninja Turtle?
Best of what?
Who out of the 4 Ninja Turtle? Who's the best one?
Leonardo.
No, Raphael beat their ass.
No, Michael, because he's the last Ronin. So when Splinter and Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael get killed, Michael is the last one left, and he go avenge their deaths. You gotta read, bro. Y'all gotta read it, bro. Michelangelo's been that guy the whole time.
So I think my favorite is Donatello, to be honest with you.
Nope. Well, I don't know if y'all ever know what the last Ronin is, but yeah, it's Michael.
I like Ralph.
Michelangelo. I know y'all like these people. I know. I'm saying the best turtle in the end is Michelangelo. Y'all got to go read the last Ronin.
Man, that's because Mike's over there crying in the corner. Those 3 were the best fighters.
Right.
Okay, but he still goes avenge their death and slay everything.
All right. When we get to these super chats, and we got to get to our call.
And guess what? That's crazy that the last Ronin is, and we were on the show with TJ Ronin.
I'm here, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So let's get we got Elijah Bowman. The first touchdown they give Oregon was horrible. Yeah, I think I recall that. I think I vaguely remember it, but yeah. I rewatched some of the Indiana game and it was a hard watch. I would not watch that game. I'll be real with you. I was so mad at Sherrone with that game. Should have won that game. Showed it to me. Our defense was good. Our offense, yeah. I mean that and then that timeout Sherrone Moore did was just
that was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen happen in a football game.
Yeah, that was just a rookie coach making a mistake.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Like I remember just sitting there looking at the TV wondering how that could happen. I just didn't.
Mom, are you not feeling well or something, bro?
Nah, Moose asked me. I don't know, bro. I'm just feeling weird, bro. But I'm all right, man.
Hey,
bro. Man, I'm all right, man. The last time I felt like this, they said I had a heart attack. So
what? Who said you had a heart attack?
That was back in like 19.
You had a heart attack at 19?
No, in 19, the year 19.
Oh,
they said I did. They said I had a minor one.
Sounds wild. Well, lay off the.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I was about to say some shit I won't say. All right.
Yeah, all this. That's why I was asking you, because Moose asked me was I okay, and I was like, and then I was looking at the camera, I'm looking at my eyes, and I'm like, bruh. And then I'm feeling like I did in 19 that day when I went to the hospital. They said you was having a minor heart attack.
Well, shit, no good, bro, no good. But okay, yeah, let's hope that don't happen. Plus, you gotta get the spring game, so I can't happen. But all right, boys,
I gotta beat y'all. Hey, you can drop me and bring somebody else up.
Yeah, I'm about to bring it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, AD, I'm about to get to our next caller as well. So, actually, how about this? Both of you guys give us your final thoughts, and we'll get to our next callers. So, final thoughts, AD, and then we'll go Mama.
Cool. No,
yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say, man, just catch up with you guys, man. I'll call in next week too, man. Have a good night. All right, go Blue.
I bet. Appreciate you, man. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
All right, so Mama,
go Blue, AD. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. My final thoughts. Don't be too hard on the game tonight. It's okay. Um,
Plenty of time to rebound.
yeah, man. It is what it is. We weren't supposed to be here this year anyway. And the turnaround he did, and in this year, I'm proud of. I'm glad we ain't at the bottom and are in the middle of the Big Ten. So, because we'll get the first four seed in the Big Ten tournament. So that means two buys because there's so many teams this year. So that you won't play until what? We won't play until Friday. So I mean, like Thursday, so we get to play like 3 games to get to the championship. So we'll be all right, man. We weren't supposed to be here, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm actually enjoying the season. I'm excited for the future. I think Dusty's doing a good job with it. But all right, Marmar, we'll talk, brother. Go blue, man.
Hold on. Let me say something to Adam. Hey, Adam.
He's joking, man. He's joking.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, bro. Like, chill out with all that. Underwood ain't transferring. He's
He's
starting.
messing
You want to
with you,
put
bro.
your whole paycheck on it? You want to put
No,
your
he's
whole
messing
life
with you.
savings?
Marmar, he's
Huh?
fucking with you, man. He's fucking
Oh,
with you.
okay. All right. My bad, Adam, man.
He
Adam,
is.
Adam.
He's a fucking kid, dude. He's a good
Andy, get a Vernakis looking mug. No, I'm playing.
guy. Come on, Marmar. All right, bro. I'm gonna get at you. All right, bro.
All right, bro. Go
Peace,
blue.
peace. See you stirring it up with Marmar now. All right, when we pull Kinetic up here now. Actually, let me read the super chat. So Elijah Bowman, Warren for slot, and Jaden Davis at the X. Hey, you never know, man. You never know. Elijah Bowman, $9 super chat. I think Samaj Morgan is underrated player in 2025. Hey, you know what? This offense, we're gonna find out. I mean, it's a big year for Samaj Morgan. It's his year, man. I mean, it's his year to show what he can do. So let's pull Kinetic up. He was waiting, and then he dropped out. But then our community stepped up in a big way. So we're going another hour. We appreciate it. Kinetic, what up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
How you doing, Kinetic?
Honestly,
pretty
bro, I'm doing really good. The game we lost, Bobby, it doesn't bother me that much because there's just so much good shit happening right now in Michigan.
Hey,
like I'm just
who else is on here? Because it doesn't have the name tag and I can't see anybody.
Yeah, so it's Block M. His camera is for some reason not working. I probably should have addressed that.
No, that's fine. I just want to know who I was talking to, so I didn't call him by a different name or something.
Yeah,
No,
it's
you're
Block
good.
M.
You're good, man. You're good.
But no, man, I was just calling. I would have checked in earlier with you, except I got pulled into Vikings podcast with my boy Rap. He's a Michigan fan, but he has a Vikings podcast.
Okay.
And we were doing mock drafts and stuff. So.
Oh, nice. Already. Yeah, see, dude, I'm going to be real with you. I've not got into the mock draft thing at all.
Listen, so they showed me a bunch of tools like the mock draft thing, Sport Track, and Over the Cap. We can literally one night, if you want to, jump on here and do like a Lions Vikings thing. We can go through like all of the cap and the free agency, and like we can go through and like manage the team, and then we can do the mock drafts. It's fun as hell, dude.
Yeah. I usually like fucking with those tools, to be honest with you. Yeah. I really, you know what I have like a weird obsession with? You know those like mock draft simulators, like Pro Football Focus and shit.
Yeah. Well, dude, and that's the
thing.
I
will literally play that shit all day.
Well, and see, I don't have PFF right now, but I actually am about to have access to it through a buddy. Thanks. But this other thing, NFL Draft Buzz has a great mock draft simulator. I mean, it's really good. And then on Sport Track, you can go in. They have a beta test thing where you can go in and literally manage a team. You can do trades, you can cut, you can sign free agents, and it shows the cap and automatically recalibrates the cap and everything for you. It's nice, dude.
Yeah, the only two I use are Pro Football Focus and I think Draft Database, Mock Draft Database are the two I use. But I'm open to checking out some other ones.
Yeah, man, we should do it one night. Jump on here. You take the Lions. I'll take.
I don't know if anyone would give a shit on.
No, man, we would. They would though. We could try to get Burks on here. We can do a Packers, Lions, Vikings mock draft free agency thing.
We'd have to do that on Maze's page. I don't think Mark would want that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll find a page to do it. Hell, I'll do it on my page.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it one day. I'm down.
So yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'm down to build a Super Bowl winner, bro. No big deal.
But I do want to listen. I get what Adam's saying in the chat, but I don't agree. I understand
what?
that Underwood has.
What do you see with Adam saying in the chat? Because he's been
Well,
fucking
because
around.
he's talking about Underwood having a huge ego and that he's going to transfer and all this stuff.
He's not serious.
Listen. Well, some people are taking him serious because I'm getting messages. So listen.
All right, here we go. Hey, Adam's up next, so we'll get it from his.
But here's the thing, though. Like, you be the number one recruit for 3 years running in the entire nation, and everyone trying to throw money at millions of dollars at you. I'm sure you're going to get a little bit of an ego. That said, everybody that's met this kid has said how humble he is and how much he wants to work and wants to compete and wants people to push him to be better. And I think part of his ego is that he won't want to be seen as a Jaden Rashada jumping teams every other day. He wants to get to the NFL. He wants the money now, but I don't think he really cares about the money now. He wants to get to the NFL. He wants a Heisman. He wants to be great, you know. But I don't see that cockiness and arrogance that's going to make him be a diva and jump around for the highest bidder every year.
I don't see that either. I think that's a little bit of a reach.
I'm extremely. I would bet money, and Adam's got some money. If he wants to bet, we can bet. I would bet Underwood stays his entire career at Michigan.
But I do agree with Adam that JJ was the best, and until Bryce surpasses him on the field, JJ's the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. For now,
I can't deal with these people that are saying he's better than JJ already. No, he's not. I love Bryce.
Yeah, I don't do that until they get on the field either. But hold on, you're saying JJ is the best quarterback all time at Michigan?
All-time quarterback in Michigan, and I think he'll be one of the greats in the NFL by the end of his career.
Okay.
But I'm saying he is the best quarterback in Michigan history. And Bryce very well may surpass him, but until he does, it's still JJ's throne.
Yeah, I agree. I think that JJ could. I love JJ's mentality. I like how poised he is. I mean, I think he's a winner. I just like everything about him. He just seems like he's gonna do everything he can to win.
He has every intangible that's not a physical trait that you could want or hope for in a quarterback, in a leader, in a winner. And on top of that, he has damn near every physical tool that you want as well.
Let me ask you this. Who would you say is the second best quarterback in Michigan history?
I think the conversation would have to be Harbaugh or Henne.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Henne.
I've heard a lot of people say Harbaugh. It's hard for me to say that because I didn't really get to watch him. I mean, I can go back and watch, and I've seen some of it, but I wasn't there for that. I was just getting into my fandom, really paying attention with Henne. So, I mean, I've went back and watched some clips, but it's not the same. Going back and watching clips isn't the same as being there.
Tom Brady is 10th all time in both career passing yards and single season.
Yeah.
He also is 10th for the most passing yards in a game. That's so weird. He's 10 on all of these.
and
he's also 7th. He's also 7th for all time. Ohio State 75 yards.
What is Denard's touchdown total at Michigan throwing the ball?
God.
Let's see if they have that. Let's see. Touchdowns, single season. Well, it only does top 10. Wait, you said his career, US?
Right. Yeah.
49 career passing touchdowns.
Wow. That's higher than I thought it was going to be.
4th all time. Chad Henne's number 1 with 87. JJ only has 49. Denard Robinson and JJ McCarthy have the same amount of passing touchdowns at Michigan. How fucking crazy is that?
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of.
I would argue.
Wait a minute. Should JJ and Chad Henne do it?
Huh?
JJ and Chad Henne have the same?
No, Denard.
No, JJ and Denard Robinson have the same.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Well, yeah, but okay, hold on. How many years did Denard start? How many games?
I think he did start more than JJ.
Let's look.
People think Denard couldn't pass just because he was really fast.
His accuracy, he had 1 year where his accuracy was pretty good, but that was it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so how many games did he start? Let's look. Fuck.
I think it's more than JJ. Maybe JJ with the whole playoff system.
Well, even
But-
then, it's only one extra game. And I
Right.
mean, yeah, that's only one extra game. No, I guess it'd be two. No, it was just one extra game.
All right, so Denard Robinson played
Well-
in 49 games, so he averaged a touchdown a game. That's crazy. Let's look at JJ now.
JJ only played 28 games.
Wow. Yeah, that's
You
a
would-
big.
You
That's a
would know
big.
that.
That's a big gap there.
Wait, how many games?
28. He was 27-1 at Michigan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big gap.
Why the fuck is this saying 40 games?
Well, he probably.
Well, he
played,
probably
like, he was on the
that's probably
roster for
counting how
40
many
games.
like if he came in for one series or one pass in a game with Cade starting, it probably
So,
counts that as a game.
You're not counting his freshman year though. You got to count his
No,
freshman year.
I'm saying how many games did he start? I don't
Like,
care
was
about
he-
the games that he was in for one or two passes.
Right. What? That's
Nah,
probably
no,
counting
that
when he was
That counts.
active.
Okay, that counts. How does that not count? Why doesn't that count? You're starting to sound like a Buckeye right now. Why doesn't that
Because no, it doesn't count because he's in there for a handful of passes the entire game versus
That's
Denard had
weird.
how many games where he was the starting guy the entire game. So that's different, dude.
Yeah, I agree with TJ. I think that
I don't
if JJ started more than 28 games, like let's say it was closer, let's say it was 35 compared to Denard's 49, then I think he would have a lot. He probably would be a lot more touchdowns.
I mean, we're talking 4 off of double the number of games.
Let's see. I mean, bro, Denard Robinson was splitting fucking duties too occasionally. You know that, right? Especially when Devin Gardner came.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking. How many did they start? I don't care about the ones where he split.
I don't have that number. I can't, Sports Reference doesn't have that.
Well, then, I mean, because we have the JJ 27-1. That's him as a starter. That's not counting the
Right.
games he didn't start.
Right.
So Chad Henne played 47 games and had 87 touchdowns.
Right. But how many did he start? Hold on.
Well, Chad Henne started every game.
Right. But I'm saying.
All right, let's look. We got a super chat here. Let's hit those. All right, so we have Bryce Underwood, Justice Haynes, Jordan Marshall, Chris Henry, CJ Sadler, Andrew Marsh. Is this an elite 2026 Natty container? Absolutely, it would be.
Okay, so Denard Robinson started 37 games at Michigan, and 35 of them he was the quarterback.
Okay.
2 of them he started running back.
So 35. How many did JJ? So JJ started how many? 28.
28.
So
So
7
he
difference.
Yeah.
seven more games, and they have the same number of touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean it's not that drastic. I mean it's something though. It's half a season. I mean it's more than half.
Yeah,
season.
I mean if he throws a touchdown a game, that's yeah. Man,
All right, now do rushing touchdowns. I'm just kidding.
no,
all right,
that'll be a huge gap.
JJ's composure in those Ohio State games was facts. That's true. I was scared of that, and the Alabama game with that crazy throw he did with off his back foot. I was scared of that 2022 game. But JJ pregame and postgame, he sounded the exact. JJ is elite mentally. There's no doubt about
Absolutely.
that. JJ is elite.
Every
I mean,
intangible, every single intangible you want in a quarterback.
And see, sometimes that's the best attribute to have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's the thing is you can't coach that or teach that. That's
why he's going to be great.
Right. That's why I'm with you, Kinetic. I think the only thing that's going to hold JJ back is some type of injury. That's the only thing that I think will.
Well, and I just want to clear this up for the people because there are literally national media people that have been putting out, oh, JJ is coming off of a torn ACL. No, he's not. It's an
MCL, isn't it?
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. He didn't tear anything. It was he had to clean up some in his meniscus, some loose tendon there. All that is literally it's just a scope, basically. The second surgery was just to drain it.
The scope is not as long as this was. This one.
No. But it's effectively the same thing. They're just cleaning it out. The meniscus, but they did a full-on repair to what caused it. There was no ACL, no MCL. And with the meniscus, there's two different surgeries. You can do the short term where you can come back like within, I don't know, it's like 6 weeks or something.
Mhm.
And if you do that, it's going to be a hindrance for you the rest of your life. It's not going to be crippling, but it's a hindrance. If you do the full complete fix on it, you're coming back stronger than you were before the surgery.
Okay. Let me I'm gonna pull Adam up here, so we'll see how much trolling he's really doing. So let's do that. Adam, we're gonna get Adam up here. Let's see. What up, man? How we doing? You good?
Can you
One
guys
second.
hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you, but
We
I
can.
think the video and the audio are they both coming in at the same time?
I
Let's see.
don't think so. Can you hear me?
No,
No,
yeah,
now?
you're,
No,
Yeah,
it just caught up. It just caught up.
you're good.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're good. All right, Adam.
So-
So talk to us about Bryce Underwood. I'm so curious.
Yeah, so I want to just defend my position so people don't think I'm trolling. By the way,
I think you're
Marmar,
trolling. You're blowing
you're
my mind away.
fantastic. I love you. So here's the thing. I have a ton of respect for Michigan football and the university.
Okay.
But a lot of people have anointed Underwood the next great thing at Michigan, and he hasn't even played it down yet. And I think that that's misguided and premature to do so. Why do I say that? This guy was committed to LSU for a very long time, and it was made clear by the media that one of the reasons he didn't want to go to Michigan is he didn't want to go down the road from where he lived. He wanted to leave the state and go to another program.
Okay. Can I respond to that point, or do you want to hit all of them and we'll go one by one?
Can I hit all of them if it's okay with you?
You go, Adam.
Do whatever
You
you
go.
want.
You hit them all, and then I'll respond to.
So Underwood, there was this sentiment that Underwood did not want to go to Michigan. At the last minute, Underwood switches. And why did he switch? For one reason and one reason only: the money. That's red flag number one. Red flag number two is if you look at his social media, it suggests to me a player that's immature and egotistical. Now, I'll summarize. I think it's premature for Michigan to be anointing this guy the next great quarterback. You know, someone who flips from LSU solely for the money, which is precisely what he did, is a red flag, especially given his prior comments about not wanting to stay in the state. And when you look at his social media, you see somebody who I think thinks way too much of himself, and I think he's gonna be an absolute bust for Michigan. And I think
Man, he's going all in.
And I think he's not going to start his freshman year. And I think
at all?
Yes, I don't think he's going to start. There is no evidence that
one game.
That's correct.
Okay, go on.
There is no evidence that he.
I was going to use a sticky note. Now I need a notepad for all this.
I don't say this specifically to Bryce Underwood. Let's look at Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, I mean, he started in the national championship game, but the jump from high school to a program like Michigan is substantial. And what concerns me about him is that the expectations. Yeah, I know I'm crazy, Moose. Well, you know, I consider that a compliment. Michigan fans are far too high on him. He hasn't played a single down. This guy was committed to LSU for months, and don't tell me he didn't leave LSU for the sole reason of the money. And when you look at his social media with his poses, with his sunglasses on, this is not the guy who I think is going to have the intangibles or the maturity to sit down for a year, get humble, learn a more complex scheme. And I think if another school offers him money, he's going to take off. I'm saying it here first, and I stand by it. He will be a bust for Michigan.
Ooh. Okay, all right. Before anyone says anything, let's make a bet.
$100?
I will bet you $100 he starts his freshman year.
Okay, if you give me your Venmo, I will immediately send you $100 upon that first start.
Of course. And guess what? You know where I work, and I know where you work, so we're fine. And I got your number. So.
Oh, that's
all
right. Sorry about that. But how many people?
No, I'm not done. We got more bets to make.
No. I'll take that bet as well, Adam. If you're willing to let me pay you once I get through this surgery stuff.
Okay, hold on.
I had 2 back surgeries in the last couple of years, so my sympathies go out to you. I hope the surgery goes well.
So here's my bet. $100. he will start one game his freshman year. We're good on that?
Yes, I don't believe he will start a single game.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever going to play a game for Michigan. I think he's going to transfer.
You don't think he's even going to play in a game?
No, I think he's going to transfer because his ego, his immaturity, his desire to go to Michigan solely for the money, and the fact that the expectations are so high, he's going to get a bigger offer from another school, and he's going to leave because when he doesn't start, mark my words, whether it's Davis Warren, or somebody else, they will firmly entrench themselves as the starter. This guy does not have the intangibles. I'm telling you, it's a vibe thing. He reminds me of someone with a big ego who hasn't played it down in college and who went for the money. I don't want players like that on my team. He's going to be a bust, and he's going to transfer.
Let me adjust my bet. Let's do a $500 bet on just starting one game.
I can't do 500, but I'll do
put
100.
it on 1,000.
Fuck it, let's do it. $1,000.
Yeah, I can't do that until.
And a six-pack of Budweiser.
Why Budweiser? I like Blue Moon, man.
Well, that's good too. All right, fair enough.
I love Blue Moon. All right.
So let me let you speak.
Hey, boys, you heard it. TJ Ronin and Adam Lamprey have a $1,000 bet on the start on Bryce Underwood starting freshman year in only one game.
No, TJ, that's not the bet. The bet is that he will never start a game ever for Michigan.
Fine.
Ever.
$1,000. It's fucking
That's easy money, bro.
Hey, Adam's right, guys. No debate for me.
Well, guys, remember Ryan Leaf got picked first in the NFL draft. And what kind of a bust was he? There's been dozens and dozens of busts in college and football, and I think this guy's going to be a bust.
Okay, so I will. Here's what I'll say, Adam. One, I will say I respect, and I don't mean because we just made a bet either. I respect you coming on here, making your argument in a Lions den, and holding true to it. So that's cool. Here's why. All right. Here's why I disagree with some of your points. And Connect, I'll let you go. And one, I want to say thank you to everyone for keeping it respectful. We're just having some fun here.
Am I allowed to say anything? Because that's dang, man.
Block. I'll let you. Let me hit a rebuttal and I'll let you guys go.
The reason he wanted to go out.
What?
I said I am blown away. This is quite. All right,
Block. Wait.
This is quite the thing.
All right, we'll get to you. All right. We'll get to you in your black screen. All right. So now look. His girlfriend wanted to be out of state. So his girlfriend wanted, like, them going to LSU. It was really the girlfriend wanted to go out of state. That was really big for her. Okay. So that was one of the hurdles into getting him to Michigan was the girlfriend. And regarding the social media, I've not seen anything on social media that's been a red flag to me that a lot of these other players are doing. They're just very confident. I wouldn't say it's ego either. And the one thing that you said that I disagree with, Adam, is like, is he going to be willing to learn the playbook? And all, like, by all accounts, Underwood is a first in, last out type of guy, hard worker. He knows, and he's discussed this. Nothing is given to him. He has to earn it. He has to earn it. He has a good mentality. Coaches say he has a healthy mindset in terms of understanding that the work needs to occur. Like, he's asking, what time does the practice facility or does the weight room open up? What time does the field open up so I can practice and throw? So he is willing to put in the work by all accounts. So that's where we kind of disagree. The one point where you do have some validity to your argument is money. There is no doubt, and I don't think Michigan fans should argue this, if Michigan was not willing to offer the largest NIL offer ever, which is what it took, guys, because Michigan had to up their offer after LSU responded. No, he wouldn't have ended up in Michigan. So you're right on the money. Now, here's the thing, though. The reason why I don't think he'll transfer, Adam, is because, well, one, no one's offering what we're offering. And then two, he has such a commitment in terms of NIL responsibilities that they're not getting out of it. Like, the only way he leaves is if the program is a dumpster fire. Like, that's the only way he's leaving. Now, you seem to disagree with that, and that's okay. Especially considering our bet. I appreciate our bet. But
can I respond to that?
Yeah, go ahead. You counter, and then I'm going to let Kinetic go, and then you can counter to him, and then I'll let Block M go. But you go ahead.
Let Block M go because mine's going to be a little bit of a longer thing.
All right, but keep it respectful, boys. All right, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, and everybody here knows I have a tremendous amount of respect for Michigan. And the reason I have a tremendous amount of respect for Michigan is not because of their football program. only. It's because I have a tremendous amount of respect for elite academic institutions that help football players lead better lives, whether they make the NFL or not. Michigan does that, and I appreciate that. It doesn't matter if he's the first one in the building and the last one to leave if he lacks the intangibles. The intangibles are what make great players. J.J. McCarthy was one of the best college quarterbacks that I've ever seen because he had a high IQ, he was confident and had composure in the pocket, and he was a team player who played with heart. Underwood went to Michigan not because he loved Michigan, but because he got $12.5 million. And that should be a red flag to anybody and preclude them from anointing him the next great thing. Because if he's willing to go back on his commitment to LSU to go to Michigan for $12.5 million, what makes you think if he doesn't start his first year, he won't do the exact same thing? I am not sold on him. And as far as his social media goes, the vibe I got was that he thinks a lot of himself. And I'm telling you, he lacks the intangibles. And when you go to a school for the money, I understand the decision, but he is no J.J. McCarthy, and he will never be a J.J. McCarthy. And I think he's going to sit his first year, and he's going to leave. And I think that's going to pave the way for Michigan to win its next national title in 2 to 3 years with the exact same team that won it last year, which was a team of blue-collar players who busted their ass and sacrificed for the team. I don't see him being like that. I think he's bad for Michigan, and I think Michigan's going to win a national championship without him for a good reason.
Okay, Kinetic.
Oh, let Block M go first because mine will
All right,
take
Block
me.
M, you're up.
Okay, let me kind of interject here with my black screen.
Yes.
So, Adam, I have a lot of respect for you saying, just stating your opinion and how you feel, and you have some really good points there, and there's some of them that I can't dispute. One thing I will say in defense to Michigan fans is that I think that they're extremely excited about this caliber of player. That I think it's not necessarily that they're. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have your Michigan fans on social media that'll say anything. There's fanboys out there that thought Davis Warren was gonna be the next J.J. McCarthy, and look what happened there. I just think that I actually have to. I'm not gonna rip you in any way. I haven't really heard these bold of predictions for a player of the caliber of Bryce Underwood, with how highly recruited he is, to just how talented you can obviously see he can be. I think all the potential is there to be one of the better college quarterbacks we've seen in recent history. I'm just surprised that you're planting the flag like Michigan did in Ohio. With that opinion, and much respect. I just totally disagree to think that because a 19-year-old kid might do some social media posts that he doesn't have the character to lead a football team. I just think that's just today's athlete, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a complete reflection of his character, but I think maybe you're if I had to guess, maybe I think you're looking a little bit too closely at the fans that aren't necessarily grounded, I guess you could say, because I don't think reasonable Michigan fans are guaranteeing that he's going to be even the best quarterback at Michigan. I just think they're excited about his talent.
Rebuttal, Adam.
I think you make some really, really good points, and I have a lot of respect for you too. I guess what I would say is, as I've gotten older and I'm approaching 50 years old, one of the things I've learned is that people can have the greatest talent in the world, But if they don't have the intangibles, it's not going to work. And if I could ask Bryce Underwood one question, it would be, why did you decommit from LSU and go to Michigan? And there's only one answer that is plausible. It's the money. And that, to me, is a huge red flag. Now, as far as the social media goes, he's certainly free to do whatever he wants, but some of his posts on social media suggest to me that he thinks quite highly of himself. And one of the intangibles that great players have is they can get knocked down and get back up and persevere. I don't see that happening. And that decommit from LSU for money to go to Michigan does not bode well. And that's not the Michigan way. I'm not going to say, look, I didn't go to Michigan, but when I think of Michigan, I think of blue-collar players who have NFL talent, but who are team-first, high football IQ, and who get it done through the grind day after day and can overcome adversity. You saw that in the Rose Bowl against Alabama. I just don't see him fitting into that picture. And the fact that he decommitted for solely for money is a concern.
Adam, what do you think about his Heisman pitcher saying he's going to be going for a Heisman? You don't like that?
Okay, so that proves my point. There you go.
That's why.
Do you remember that quarterback from Notre Dame who said he was going to win 4 Heismans? It was in the 90s. It was
he was a big deal. What was his name? Shit.
Yeah. Let's see.
They were calling him like the best prospect since the Mannings or whatever.
Wasn't it Jimmy Clausen?
Bingo.
Yes.
Bingo.
Yeah, that was it.
And there was also a running back from Alabama, Justice Haynes, who posted on social media he's going to win a Heisman in his first year. No.
Justice Haynes is now in Michigan, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
We're winning Heisman's around here, Adam.
Michigan wins national championships, and I will guarantee you Michigan wins one in the next 2 to 3 years. They win it with defense, and they win it with intelligence. They win it with teamwork and grit. I don't see Underwood fitting into the Michigan culture, and I think he will transfer.
That's so crazy. All right, Kinetic, you're up.
And then I'll leave you guys in a few minutes. I don't want to take up too much time.
No, right, Adam, you're with us till the end of the show. We got 13 minutes, unless we can get 64 hours in the show. But you're with us. You're gonna have no fear, bro. You can hang out with us. All right, Kinetic, your response, my friend.
All right, so it's
fun,
Adam.
I'm good with it.
Like I said earlier, and you don't have to respond here. You can message me on X or wherever if you want it. I will also take the bet if you're willing to allow me to pay up when I get through my surgery and stuff.
Yes, and I wish you the best with your surgery.
I appreciate that. So here's the thing, and I want to be fully transparent here. When I first started calling in to the show here, when I first got on with Maze Madman over on his channel, I was not a Bryce believer. I did not. I thought it was fine to go after him, but I didn't think it was likely. A lot of the same things you're saying now, I thought of him because I had seen his social media posts, and I thought he was everything that you're saying he is. Then I looked deeper, okay, and I started to understand more. I disagree with you that it was all about the money, you and TJ. I think the money's a factor in the same way that it's a factor for any top 50 kid in any season, any year from 2 years ago, and probably just in whatever the word, I'm not able to think of it right now, but from now on, that's how it is. Okay. Money's going to be a factor for every top 50 kid. Any teenager that's been told he's the next big thing in football for the last 3 years, been the number one recruit coming into his class for 3 years running, is going to have a little bit of an ego. I don't think that's arrogance. Okay. An ego where you can back it up and be humble about it is not arrogance. And I think that's where we're getting confused a little bit. I think based on what I've seen in interviews with him and on multiple places, with the videos that he's put out, with the people that are close to him and his family, I believe, and this is why I said it's going to take a minute for me to articulate this, because I've went through this before on social media in text. This is the first time I've tried to articulate it, so I apologize. I believe he's always been a Michigan fan to some extent. He grew up right down the road. That video that TJ's playing right here has a video of him when he was like 9 years old talking about he wants to play for the Michigan Wolverines.
Different video, and I can't play that video because the Kanye West.
Okay, well it's a different one, but it's still there. Okay, it's a home video that someone in his family shot of him, and he's talking about wanting to play for the Michigan Wolverines
when he was a kid.
I believe what happened was because two things can be true at the same time. He grew up a Michigan fan. He also fell in love with the 2019 LSU Tigers. I mean, a lot of people did. That was a very
Plus
prolific
Jalen
team.
Davis.
Okay.
Jalen Davis.
Yeah, it was a great team. Okay, a lot of people fell in love with him. At the same time, he felt, I believe he felt like he was snubbed a little bit by Harbaugh because Harbaugh didn't have the NIL to be able to go after a kid like that, and so didn't really make him a priority, didn't really try to recruit him, and he felt some kind of way about it.
And took Carter Smith's commitment.
Correct.
Before Underwood made a decision.
Correct. And so I think he was offended and he was hurt by that to some extent. So he did commit to LSU. His girlfriend wanted to go to LSU. They wanted to get out of the state. And it's the other team that he fell in love with aside from Michigan. As soon as Sharon Moore took over, from everything that I've heard, dialogue was reopened with him quietly as early as April of last year. Okay. And they continued to talk. Now, that was before Michigan had the NIL backing. So it wasn't like, oh, now Michigan's in the NIL game. Now we'll talk to you. That dialogue was open 2 or 3 months before anything was cleared for Michigan with NIL. Before the court case happened, that Michigan was like, you know what, fine, we're in. Okay, when that judgment came down, so there was an opening there for Sharon Moore to repair that relationship that had nothing to do with money. Okay, now they had those talks quietly throughout the year, and it really heated up in September and October because Dave Portnoy lit a fire under the asses of all the other donors with his public comments. Because before they were on the, well, we're Michigan, we don't need to do that. And then Portnoy basically said, we're Michigan, why aren't we doing this? And they would look stupid if they didn't get on board with it. Okay, so that's when they started coming in, and that's when it really did heat up. Yes, money was a factor, but I don't believe it was the only factor. I believe he was sold on the hometown hero, the being able to be great. And I think that with a lot of kids who commit to a school across the country, when it's all fun and games when it's a year or more out, but when you're getting a month or two away from it and you're looking at being away from your family as far away as they are, as LSU would have been, that becomes a bigger deal. That was going to be a bigger deal.
LSU was going to give his family housing.
Well, can I respond to that?
Right, but I'm saying it becomes a bigger deal being that far away than it was a year earlier.
And of course, Adam, you're up.
So I don't think it was all about money. And now, real quick, just to touch the other base here, I do think he has a little bit of an ego. I don't believe he has the arrogance because everybody that's been around this kid, whether it's been a coach, his high school coach, the Michigan coaches, people in the media, everyone talks about how humble he is, how much he wants to work, how much he wants to be pushed and be developed, and all of that stuff. Even when he took a shot at Michigan in the media, again, I think he had hurt feelings, but he mentioned wanting to be developed. And Michigan does have that. Okay. I don't think he's going to I think he's going to be one of the hardest workers there. I think he's going to be able to learn the playbook because he's going to make a point to do it. I think he will start. My prediction is he'll be in rotation the first 4 weeks, less so on weeks 2 and 4, and then he'll make a play for the starting job in the bye week 5 coming out of it. But he absolutely will play. He absolutely will start this year. And I don't think he's going to transfer because I think part of his ego also is that, like I said earlier, he doesn't want to be a Jaden Rashada. He cares what people think about him, and he doesn't want to be looked at like that. I believe that you look at how he gave respect to LSU, keeping the flip talks so quiet and under wraps to be respectful to a team that he cared about.
True.
I think that shows that he cares about what people think and that people see him as respectful and as humble. So I don't think he's
public.
Do what?
He didn't want it to be public out of respect to LSU. Correct. Because
Okay.
You're up, Adam.
So one of the things you said was that Underwood felt kind of snubbed by Michigan, that he wasn't getting kind of the attention that he may have thought was warranted. So I'm going to assume that LSU gave him that attention and built those relationships. Therefore, simply because he felt offended and snubbed, instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to prove to Michigan that I'm going to be their best quarterback, he goes to LSU. And he goes to LSU, if you're correct, probably because they were kinder and more receptive and gave him more attention.
To clarify, I think it was because Harbaugh did not pursue him because Harbaugh was just looking at, I don't have the NIL backing to pursue these top guys. So he didn't even try to pursue him. So it wasn't so much that I don't think Bryce had the opportunity to try to prove that he could be Michigan's guy. I think Harbaugh just didn't try. And so he was like, okay, well, I'm open to this other team that I love too.
Okay. So he went to that other team because, LSU doesn't have the greatest NIL, but he probably thought, at least to some extent, they were giving him the attention he wasn't getting at Michigan. But when
him and his father did say in an interview prior to commitment to LSU that money wasn't the only thing. Like, money's going to be there. It's going to be there. They're going to get it no matter where they go. But I'm saying, like, I don't think obviously he's going to get as much as he can, but I don't think it's as big of a factor as what people think it is.
Well, he didn't go to LSU for the money. He went there because he probably felt that LSU was giving him the attention and respect that he didn't get from Michigan. But ironically, when Michigan threw $12.5 million in front of him, what did he do? He flipped. And that is a tremendous red flag with this guy. And I'm sorry, it may not just be the money, but it's the entire totality of the circumstances. He's like, oh, Michigan's not giving me the attention. I may not get the NIL. I'm going to go to LSU. Oh, but when the money comes in, all of a sudden he wants to go back to Michigan. I don't think he wants to be the hometown hero. I think he's thinking about himself. And that's a red flag to me. And I also think, like you said, you felt that he was a little bit egotistical in his social media posts. I wouldn't let go of that just based on hearsay of what other people say. I think that this guy has not been tested. I think he's not faced adversity. And I think when he faces it and doesn't get the attention and the hometown hero status that he so craves, you are going to see him walk away. And I think it's going to be good for Michigan because I don't see him fitting in with the Michigan culture.
Interesting. I do think he was sold on the hometown hero thing because you see him go when he went during this recruitment when we were trying to flip him, or maybe it was right around right before, right after. He saw all the love that was the name of the group, Hailgate, were going out to his shows, showing him the love. He would go to he would be brought into the Pistons games, and they would show him all the love. He was getting that hometown hero love from Detroit and the surrounding area.
But the reason is because
Adam, I'm going to help your argument. Believe it or not, I'm going to help your argument.
Well,
so when Passes got involved, which is who's the owner of that? Fuck, I forgot her name. So there's this the second richest woman in the world, under 30, created this platform called Passes. Their pitch to Bryce Underwood was, if you become the hometown hero, you'll make this amount. They gave a projection of the expectation of money. So to Adam's point, now don't get me wrong, I don't agree with Adam's premise, but to Adam's one point here, they essentially showed him how much more money he would make by coming here because he is the hometown hero, because kids are going to buy his jerseys, because of the appearance fees, because of all the merchandise sales, right? So that, the Michigan brand is far bigger than LSU's in terms of alumni and fan base and all that. So that was a part of the pitch to Bryce Underwood. But that said,
I do believe why he flipped.
I do believe Bryce Underwood.
I think, TJ, what you're saying, I agree with. But I think what happened was Michigan figured this guy out. They're like, wait a second. If we throw money at this guy and crown him with next great hometown hero, we're going to get this guy to come back. And he was malleable enough to do so. And I would ask you, if the NIL money from LSU and Michigan was the same, I would bet my life on it he would have stayed at LSU. This guy went for the money, and the Michigan powers that be knew exactly how to manipulate him to their credit.
Adam, you're right with that last point. If the money was the same, he would go to LSU.
And that's why he's not a fit for Michigan.
So I don't just you are making that point is a fair point, but Lucy Gao, that's right. That's her name.
I would say that that was just a byproduct of how he was ignored by the previous coaching staff, and that put LSU in number one. You don't flip from number one to your second choice if the money's the same. The money had to be higher, but just because if you're in that situation, of course you're gonna play up to get the most amount of money offered from both sides and then make your decision. I still don't believe that money is the only reason he flipped. I don't even believe it was the biggest reason. Just because Like it's like when an NFL player is looking at two teams, if he's looking at Minnesota and New York, he's going to get more money off of merchandise and stuff in a big market like New York, and that's going to play a role. But if he likes both teams, his agent's going to see who gives the better offer, and then he's going to determine what he wants. But that doesn't mean it was always only about the money.
I think he got gun shy. I think he got gun shy about going to a different state. And I also want to challenge
I think that's part of it. I do think that's part of it.
I want to challenge your assumption that Michigan didn't just recruit him because they didn't have the NIL money. I bet you there might be another reason that Harbaugh didn't recruit him, because maybe Harbaugh saw something that he didn't think Bryce would be the star.
Harbaugh actually offered him a scholarship when in the 7th grade. Harbaugh's
but that was before NIL was a thing. And I would agree with you, already Adam, on the radar. If it wasn't for the fact that Harbaugh showed a pattern of not even pursuing top 50 guys for the same reason that I'm saying I don't think it was the reason he didn't pursue Bryce.
Well, guys, this is a great debate, and I respect your opinions. And maybe I'm wrong. It's
all respect, man. If I've been disrespectful, I apologize.
I appreciate it, guys. Great points, and a lot.
It was a very good debate. Adam, we appreciate you coming on here.
All right, thanks, guys.
So thanks, Adam. And plus, it's the end of the show. It's a 2-hour mark. So thanks, Adam, for being on. Hey, our bets, we're looking forward to seeing
great
who's right,
show.
who's
Much
wrong.
respect to you guys. Thank you.
All right, Adam. Have a good night, man. Have a good night.
You too.
Adam.
All right. So let's read this. Defend the Natty, $2 super chat. The upperclassman said he is humble. Yeah, we all think that. So
well, and that's real quick. I just want to point out that I've heard it reported multiple places, TJ, and in the echoed in the Chip Lindsey interview that Marmar was telling you to listen to. He has earned the respect of the upperclassmen and of the coaches. Every one of them thinks he's humble and he's a hard worker. So
I don't think. Listen, we know. Like he's.
We know what.
I honestly think. I think Bryce Underwood has the right mentality, and I think he is. Listen, no one is going to deny the money factor, right? It mattered, but that said, he's 100% locked in and committed to Michigan, and he has the right mentality. And I think Michigan will give him every resource to succeed here. I do think he'll win a Heisman here, and I think he'll win a Natty here. But all right, this is the end of the show. We are at the 2 hours. I want to appreciate everyone who contributed. Also, me and Kinetic have $1,000 bet. Everyone saw it, and Adam's a man of his word, though. And Adam's actually a good dude. He'll.
Well, I only have the bet with him if he's willing to allow me to do that, which he did not say. So I'll wait for him to give me confirmation on that before I count it as him accepting my bet, because I've never backed out of a bet when I've lost. Well, I just may not. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get the stuff.
Can we be honest? You don't got to worry about paying him.
No, I know that, but I don't. But if I'm from his side, I understand if he doesn't want to.
Fair enough. Well, we'll
trust
find
me
out.
on that. So.
But, all good. We're gonna find out. It should be a fun year. All right. So thanks everybody again who was a part of this. I want to give a shout out to everyone who made this show happen in terms of going the extra hour. Ryan Hall, defending the Natty, Elijah Bowman, Adam Lamparello. Thank you for that $88 donation and the debate. We may disagree, but it was a good debate. It was fun. Elijah Bowman, of course. Elijah Bowman. Elijah Bowman. And then defending the Natty again. So if I missed anyone, I don't think I did. Want to give everyone a shout out because it does mean a lot to you guys contributing to the channel. It more than you know, actually. There's it's helping not only the channel, not only myself and John, but also the network, and it means a lot because we are doing some big things in 2025, a lot of exciting stuff, and we appreciate it. I want to thank everybody who called in. Block M, I appreciate you, man, for joining me tonight. Unfortunately, your camera didn't work. Kinetic, appreciate you having this debate with us tonight, and everybody else from Timothy, aka Himothy, and everyone else, man. Marmar, obviously, the OG of the thing. So here's the deal, boys. We're out of here. Next show is gonna be Tuesday, 8 p.m. Be on the lookout for that. A lot to talk about. I actually have some. We didn't even get into it. I have some interesting things on NIL. Michigan's about to be aggressive as shit, and we're gonna talk about that Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm excited about Michigan is going after some dudes, man. I cannot wait to talk about that with you guys. We didn't get to really get into it tonight. All good. Shout out to Dusty, shout out to Michigan, and shout out to all of you. Again, we'll be at the spring game. Hope to see you guys there. And as you guys know, it is actually, fuck shit. Kinetic. Let everyone know where they can find you.
On all social media, Kinetic615. I am those that have tuned into some of my gaming on my YouTube channel, I'm moving all of my gaming over to my Twitch, Kinetic615, and a new YouTube that I started that's Kinetic615 Plays. And then Monday nights on the Maze Madman show, first Monday of every month with the Avengers, and then whenever I come on here as a caller or guest host.
Yep. And Adam has confirmed that you are also on the bet.
If you will allow me to, I will be on an NFL podcast next Friday with my guy Rap Vocal Vike. It's a Vikings podcast, but it's like, just like we have rivals in the chat and come on, he does too.
Well, let me know when you want to talk Lions. I'll hop on with you.
Yeah, man. I'll let you know when we're going.
You guys ever want to talk about the Lions? I'll hop on with you.
Yeah, like I told you before, man, I'm down to do that with you anytime.
Yeah, I know, but I can't do it on here. That's the thing. And like, I've thought about making a Lions podcast, but I just don't got time, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people asking me to go live on my own channel and do my own stuff. I can't do it myself. So if I have someone to go on with to do, whatever, I mean, I'm down, man. You just let me know what's good for you. You're busier than I am right now, so.
Yeah, I'm swamped. I don't know. I should have a better idea in the summer, to be honest with you, but we'll figure it out. All right, so that's the show, boys. Block M, any final words before we get out of here?
Nope. I just hopefully next game we'll rebound and get a dub.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. And I think we will. I think Dusty's going to get the boys together. So, all right, guys. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for rocking with us. It's fucking Friday night, and you guys are here at midnight. It's actually Saturday morning. So, enjoy the weekend. Hopefully we'll see everybody Tuesday and Thursday. And as you guys know, it is always
go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue.